this world of darkness which come the evil, destructive forces in man's nature. And it is from this world of darkness which come the evil, destructive forces in man's nature.
Hello, friends and enemies of YouTube. It's the Axis. Tonight, I'm going to teach you a little thing I used to do. I think by the nature of what I've seen, some of you will appreciate it. But you got to bear with me because I haven't done this for quite some time. But I'm going to allow you all to know the process of how to summon the demon. We're going to listen to a little bit of music in between this information so that you can fully absorb it. But I figure they've given enough information and technology, gadgets, and toys for each and every one of you to follow yourselves with, that if something was to happen and we was to lose all the electricity and the grid goes down, at least you will be able to summon a demon. So before I begin the prologue, let's hear a little music.
Within sight of the Almighty, you'll speak blasphemy. Repent at once, child.
Okay, the first thing you must understand before you summon a demon is that demons are indifferent. They care not which way the wind blows according to the grand design or you. And there are different personalities and energy types applied to each type of verified demon. Some more definable than others. But first you must know which demon and what type of energy that you wish to summon with that demon. Because if you're going to summon a demon, you should at least have a purpose for summoning that demon. And in the day, I found plenty of reasons to do such. And I'm finding it even more compelling now, but I'm kind of curious to see the effects that it's going to have when I give this information to all the nitwits and dumbasses out there. But that's besides the point. Let's get on with demon summoning. First, choose your demon. You have many of them. You have Asmodeus, Azra, Loth. Um, you've even got the magnificent spirit of Lilith, and you got Beelzebub, Satan. Um, so many, so many evil forces by name. Um, there's one that I'm closely associated with that I prefer to keep within my midst at all times. But that's my personal demon. You need to choose your own, and preferably one that is going to be studied by you, allowed in your presence and in your midst. And you have to 100% be ready to contend with this demon on a very personal level. So, my advice is the first thing, do a little demonology work. Pick you up a few books, preferably anything non-modern, or even go as far as researching into some of the darker places where this knowledge is kept. For the few, they will know where that is. And choose your demon. And the object of whatever your mission for that demon may be, whether it's to torment a person, whether it's to cause some type of situation that is less than beneficial to a person, or whatever your heart's desire may be. Perhaps, maybe even choose a demon of lust, like Asmodeus, to drag that one particular love kicking and screaming to you against its ever-loving will. But remember, there's a price to pay and a cost to such things. So, as you ponder which demon it is that you yourself will want to summon, the first thing you're going to need to do is to interact with this demon, which requires a little bit of restraint. If you have nothing to confine, restrain, or offer a demon when summoning them, you may find yourself the victim of your own will. They care not about you. So, I suggest that you create a circle. And one of the easiest ones until you start getting into more specified types of summoning is to sanctify and consecrate a piece of ground, whether it's in your house or in your backyard, wherever it may be. And when consecrating this with a dark prayer that allows the most carnal of energy to be brought forth, you should also put a sigil, a design, a type of geometry that folds within itself. These are used as manifestation gates. Eventually, you will become well enough versed in it, if you survive that long, to be able to summons without having to use such rudimentary tools But the most common seems to be the one that people give the most energy to, and that's a pentagram with a circle around it. But what they don't tell you is that you must use purified salt around that circle. And no, you're not the one going to be standing in the pentagram with the purified salt. That's a misconception. The reason for the sigil and the salt is, if you know anything about dark magic or some other forms of witchcraft, mysticism, salt has a certain property to it. You can salt a person's door to sever ties with them, or you can salt their pathway. This has been studied by witches for thousands of years, and is even taught in the old mystery schools. But what you do is you choose your demon, consecrate the ground, mark the sigil, place the salt around the sigil so that you have the beginnings of a confinement field. Now, candle color, due to prior belief, is only an amplification tool. The color of the candle, which I tend to use black for protection, aids and assists. But you can use white, blue, whichever you choose, as long as there is a flame of energy at each point of what will now be considered a consecrated gate. And while you do this, I'm going to play a little song, and I will be back with further steps on summoning a demon. Okay. Now, we shall endeavor further into summoning a demon. Hopefully, um, though I haven't given you much time to prepare, you've at least taken this into consideration and chose the type of demon and the task that you would like this demon to do. And you have prepared a sanctified piece of ground, locked the sigil in, salted the circle, and you have candled each point. And before you light the candles, you identify with the demon. And other people's incantations do work, but it's best if you have a personal relationship with the demon that you're summoning. It's best that you become very versed and familiar with the demon or demons that you choose to work with. I found that writing a personal incantation that is binding between me and that demon that I choose, and making it a personal endeavor, kind of a personal experience. You will also need something to entice the demon. They don't come free. Just because you ask one to come doesn't mean that you're going to get what you asked for, or you may get more than you asked for, depending on what kind of piece of shit you truly are. I generally, before I light the candles, put an offering of blood in the center of the sigil, something to show devotion and dedication to the cause and to the endeavor. And once I have placed this offering to the demon in the center of the sigil, I begin the incantation that I have written, the binding of me and the demon, so that it may know that I recognize it, and maybe by some fortunate whim, it may not devour me. And I light the candles. I usually light them in reverse from a clock. That is, to the right, around, to the left, while reciting the incantation. I also, prior to this, consecrate a piece of ground outside of the sigil for myself, a place for me to stand with my incantation and to communicate with the demon that I choose to summon. This may take some time, meditation, focus, lots of energy. Preferably, you don't have an audience, and if you do, let's hope that their energies are in line with yours. That's best done with a coven or a, I don't know, small group. So once you have your consecrated ground, which if you choose, you can use various types of incense, smell as a component in the incantation process. And you can also use a couple of blessed candles to your left and your right, your front and your back, just to kind of amp up a little bit of safety for yourself when endeavoring on summoning a demon. And like I said, you've got to know which demon you are summoning. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to consecrate some ground for the demon, prepare it, consecrate some ground for yourself, bless it for your safety, and prepare it. Choose the demon that you wish to summon and become familiar with it. And then invoke your incantation, almost a welcoming mat for the demon, that it may have an understanding that is being summoned. And while you do that, I'm going to play another song.
So I wake up this morning and I see a message, and it's Access Rattblood. Are you here, Rattblood?
Access Rattblood. Access Rattblood. Access Rattblood. Access Rattblood.
And then you got people like Access, and then you got people like Access, and then you got people like Access.
I'm Access fucking Rattblood.
Access Rattblood, I see. All these Access people, I'm starting to get paranoid about that now. I don't know what to do about
And then you got people like Access, and then you got people like Access, and then you got people like Access. Are you here, Rattblood?
I'm Access fucking Rattblood.
Access Rattblood.
Most abundant and successful king hero that we are all sitting at this very moment. Are you willing to accept that as a truth? That you are a worthy man and that your penis is okay?
all these Access people, I'm starting to get paranoid about that now. All these Access people, I'm starting to get paranoid about that now.
Are you here, Rattblood? I'll just start throwing spells at you, conjuring demons and otherwise. Are you here, Rattblood? I'll just start throwing spells at you, conjuring demons and otherwise. Are you here, Rattblood? I'll just start throwing spells at you, conjuring demons and otherwise. Are you here, Rattblood?
Who the fuck is Access Rattblood?
I'm Access fucking Rattblood, bitch.
All these Access people, I'm starting to get paranoid about that now. I don't know what to do about it.
I'm Access fucking Rattblood. Okay. Now, let's hope you've been good little students and you have prepared everything as I have described, and you have chosen the demon in which you have chosen to summon. And let's hope that your incantation is at least inspiring enough to draw the attention of even a lesser demon. So, as you stand on your consecrated ground, after your incantation has been spoken and the candles have been lit, and you have chosen the proper hour in which to do this, you, with your mind, begin to meditate on the properties of this particular entity you wish to summons, and the task at hand. And if you're a good little witch, you will begin to notice the atmosphere around you changing. To some, it's a warm, inviting feeling. To others, it's a cold indifference. And yet to others, it's a state of panic and fear, depending on the nature that you carry within you. And once you have fully come to terms with the fact that you have drawn into your presence an entity, you must identify it. Because just for the fact that you're summoning a demon doesn't mean that that particular demon is going to show up. As a matter of fact, that particular demon may want nothing to do with you, which is a lot of people's misconceptions about religion. They may desire to worship and be recognized by a god, but maybe that god really doesn't like them. That's a conundrum. Anyhow, voice into the air the name of your particular summoned demon and ask for a confirmation of identification with this demon. Sometimes you can actually go as far as to using blood on the summoning scroll, and it will identify itself. Sometimes it will communicate with you directly, and sometimes it will use other abstract ways of allowing you to know that it is present and accounted for. And once you have determined that the particular demon that you've chosen has been summoned and hopefully is contained within the consecrated sigil, you can begin to discuss your terms of endeavor with the demon, depending on what you want. And your result of what you want from this demon will generally depend on how much energy or what you're willing to sacrifice to that particular demon. Some demons don't require much, just a little blood. Other demons, well, they require a bit more of you. But that depends on the individual and how far you want to take the summoning and how much what you want to do or get done through this demon means to you. So, once you have identified the fact that you have the demon, that you have diligently studied, examined its nature, and have given a path to this particular plane, you can begin to interact. Sometimes it may not be responding or responsive to to the sacrifice you make, which probably means that you need to bind yourself with that demon's energy to know what that demon requires, what it wants to complete the task that you're requiring of it. That could vary. Anything from someone's pain and suffering to ritualistic blood to burnt scrolls of devotion, even devotion to that demon and its cause, which becomes kind of symbiotic at that point, and you work for each other in a sense until you forget that you work for a demon and it has to remind you. But it will let you know, and it will allow you to understand the scopes and the depths of what it requires from you. And you petition the demon with your request and your offering. And you devote yourself with a prayer and a recognition of the strength and the power that this particular demon has to offer. And hopefully you picked one that has some directional sense of strength and power. Otherwise, it makes all this pointless, and you'll probably cause yourself a lot of damage in the long run. And it will continue to ask for sacrifices and tributes. But beyond that, present your case, present your offering, and bind with the demon's energy. And remember to keep your summoning scroll, unless you had to offer that particular summoning scroll up to draw that energy forth, energy being that particular demon. And then you enlist it for the task that you require of the demon. And make sure you're very specific on the request that you give the demon, and make sure that you know the target or the targets or the objective, lest it go astray and you become responsible for things that supersede your ability to deal with. And it's a bargaining, almost a trade-off that takes place at that point in time. And while you do this, hopefully you're going to do this, I'm going to listen to a song. Okay. Now, hopefully you've followed the steps that I've given and you are in the process of letting this demon know the task that you have for it and that you have made the proper tribute to it and shown it due respect. And with a little fortune, the demon will choose to endeavor upon your task. Now, you can what I would consider to be multiple targeting, just by the essence and the nature of the target. Send this demon to take care of more than one target. Sometimes that requires a bit more of an offering. And then sometimes, if you get good enough, you can summon more than one demon. Kind of like henchmen. Though there is a instinctive need within a demon to want to be dominant. And that's where some of the issues come in with humans, because they do not know how to be subservient to such power. And there are those that are with egos big enough that they claim they stand before demons. And believe me, if you have summoned the demon, you will know exactly where you stand. But I will leave that for the wondrous of heart and the adventurous of mind. So you have summoned your demon. You have give it a task. You have made your tribute. And you have released this energy that this demon may carry out that which you have summoned. Sometimes it is necessary to leave the sigil and the protective additives in place, to not disturb it, to not let anybody see it, to not let anybody near it. This keeps an open level of communication between you and the demon in case it's needed or you require further intervention. You can blow the candles out and relinquish the incense, though it is good to keep a good, natural, aromatic incense that is associated with the energy of the demon you summons, continually going wherever you have decided to place this summoning ground. And then there are those that are singular objective. You make your offering after you've consecrated your ground, and once you understand the nature of what you have done, you take all the paraphernalia that you've gathered together to summon this demon in a very, very elementary way, which maybe later we will go into depth on much more detailed ways to deal with other types of energies and entities, being, and such forth. But for now, this is enough information to get you started, I would hope. And you take the implements of your endeavors, and with a sanctifying blessing, that the will be done, you gather all the remnants together and you wait for a consecrated moon at the proper time and some consecrated ground. And sometimes I find that it's best to, when placing the remnants in the ground, to burn them and to remain until the flame is gone. Some others, if you're going to stay in communion with a demon and you expect to utilize its resources again at a later time, is probably best not to burn the artifacts and implements of summoning. And you cleanse yourself with a cleansing bath and a smoke blessing, usually called a smudging. And you sanctify yourself that you may become a vessel of understanding, communication, and interaction. And with that, I will play another song, and we will try to wrap up your summoning of a demon.
It doesn't.
Okay, the process of anticipation. Now, as with most demons, and generally a beginning summoner, the demon will test your resolve, and you will make yourself a victim, especially if you have little to no understanding of your endeavors. For some, it's a natural, instinctive thing. For others, it takes years to learn. And for some, they only get one chance. And then it's over. That quick. But I somehow have managed to do this for many, many years. And for some reason, we'll call it the coming April 8th conjunction, I wish to deliver this information to the foolhardy and those who endeavor to seek. The demon will test your resolve as you wait for the results of your endeavors. And if you do not start seeing any type of result from your ritualistic ceremony, then you're probably the target of what you have summoned. And for those that do start to see a result, the best thing to do is to continue applying energy and intent behind the demon that you summons. And a little bit of added tribute doesn't hurt as long as you're not doing it pridefully. The demon generally accepts this added bonus of tribute. And you can get a little creative. And when the effects start to transpire and you see that your will has been manifested through this entity by means of consecration and tribute, you must finish your pact with this demon, which requires that you relinquish it and yourself from any further endeavors. And this can be done in way of scroll and way of blessing and cleansing the carcass, the body, the mind, sometimes even the spirit. And then you remain still and calm, just like before a storm. Very still, very calm, as to make sure that your pact has been fulfilled and that nothing further is required of you. Because, as I said before, they do not respect character. A demon is carnal in nature. It has its own directive. And sometimes they get a little more ambitious than what you would expect one to be. And that has to be dealt with on a spiritual level between you and the demon. And on the other hand, the task is completed, the tribute has been given, the demon has been summoned, and you wait to see the result. And when results are accomplished and achieved, you relinquish your bond and binding, and you carry on until the next time that you decide that you might want to summon the demon to take care of certain situations that may be out of your hand. Or maybe you're just that hedonistic. And for some, maybe you're just that evil. Unless you're going to summon an angel, which can be done too. But as for now, that is the simple 101 approach to summoning a demon. And I will take questions after this. And for anyone who requires further information, there's always a comment section that you can place a comment in after this video is done, up and over. And I may respond, may not, depends on the question and the result that you take with it. So hopefully this serves you in some type of way and enhances your endeavors and your life experience. And who knows, you may even find a new friend, one that likes to stick around and be of service. So before I take questions and conclude tonight's Rattblood Radio, Summoning Demons with Rattblood, we will leave on a parody of humor concerning possession.
If the devil doesn't exist, but man has created him, he has created him in his own image and likeness.
Their sighs, lamentations, and loud wailings resounded through the starless air, so that at first it made me weep. Strange tongues, horrible language, worlds of pain, tones of anger, voices loud and hoarse, and with these the sounds of hands made a tumult which is whirling through that air forever as sand eddies in a whirlwind.
Possession, the physical act of taking over a person's body. Possession. 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 The physical act of taking over a person's body.
Okay, this is the Axis, and you are friends and enemies of YouTube. The panel is open. You can click the link if you have any questions. Questions are welcome. And hopefully, you gathered a little learned knowledge from tonight's information. But I suspect that this will propagate more concern and fear than anything else. But I am always open for information if any is required. Or maybe you've done this before and you know exactly how to go about this, in which time I probably wasted my time. And you should be making your own videos. And if not, and you have no questions, then you're probably foolish of heart and will endeavor on this without any type of insight. At which point we can just wait for the results of that. So I'm going to play one of my favorite songs as we wait and see if anyone has got the wisdom to inquire about such things as demons summoning.
Deadly germs are creeping over the earth, killing every human in their path.
You don't expect me to believe that, do you?
Time is running out for the planet Earth.
You don't expect me to believe that, do you?
Deadly germs are creeping over the earth, killing every human in their path.
You don't expect me to believe that, do you?
Time is running out for the planet Earth.
You don't expect me to believe that, do you?
Deadly germs are creeping over the earth, killing every human in their path.
You don't expect me to believe that, do you?
Deadly germs are creeping over the earth, killing every human in their path.
It's impervious to all poisons.
Time is running out for the planet Earth.
You don't expect me to believe that, do you?
Deadly germs are creeping over the earth, killing every human in their path.
It's impervious to all poisons.
Time is running out for the planet Earth.
You don't expect me to believe that, do you?
Deadly germs are creeping over the earth, killing every human in their path.
You don't expect me to believe that, do you?
Time is running out for the planet Earth.
You don't expect me to believe that, do you?